Alright, look, it's time to talk about some. Absol is probably one of the best rappers that never had the chance. I don't know why TDE kinda let him just be mediocre, but his pen is so insane. And I remember listening to Herbert and being like, damn, this guy should have been something way bigger. Like, the bars that he be spitting is different. But for some reason, rather, well, okay, let's go back. During the formative years of TDE, they had one artist, which was J-Rock. Later on, they signed Kendrick Lamar and Ab-Soul. Ab-Soul is one of the founding members of TDE's label. He has dropped a total of 3 or 4 albums during his nearly almost 2 decades now, or coming up on 2 decades being on the label. And all 4 of those albums came out multiple years after each other. And it's just really sad when you think of Kendrick Lamar being where he's at, J-Rock being able to captivate his audience and also be a big figure inside hip-hop, Schoolboy Q getting signed later on and being a multi-platinum artist is also very insane. But for some reason, Ab-Soul was never given that superstar treatment that he really needed. And as I'm watching him be in the lineup with Joey Badass and Big Sean on the most recent freestyle thing like a year ago, I hear the bars, I hear his delivery, I hear how he's attacking the track, and I'm just like, damn, we could have had something great. So, what can happen now? If I'm being honest, I feel like the need for Ab-Soul inside rap has kind of dissipated, and he's kind of in that rapper's limbo where he's popular enough for people that are really big fans of hip-hop to appreciate, and also unknown enough to where if somebody new pulls up and just like, alright, let me check out this other guy, he's the other guy on TDE. And this is a big problem. He should be more recognizable than the weakest link of TDE. But, if I'm being honest, he's not. He hasn't made a splash in such a long time. Herbert was only a big deal because he literally didn't drop anything for damn near 4, maybe 5 years prior. And everybody was just like, hey, look, J-Rock dropped the album, Schoolboy Q dropped an album, where's his album? And he finally dropped something. And while I liked Herbert, or I think the album name is Herbert, I liked Herbert, it was cool, it was a fun listen. I like listening to the Tiny Desktop performance because I feel like that's the most raw and the most emotion you'll get out of a project like it. There is still a noticeable difference between where he was and where he is now. And I'm not saying that his bars are bad or anything like that. I just felt like he needed a little bit more direction from his label peoples. And when I look at TDE and their handling of Doechii and their handling of Isaiah Rashad, which are, two very different but also very new artists relatively to the TDE space, I just say, hey, like, how come Ab-Soul didn't get that type of treatment and he's been on the label for multiple years? And I have a running theory that I feel like he just kind of got lost in the sauce, so to speak. I feel like people were gravitating more towards the style that Kendrick Lamar was was going for than they were Absol. And because Kendrick Lamar was the biggest artist at the time, and they wanted to make sure that they set him up and propped him up perfectly so he can make, you know, the millions and billions of dollars for TDE, they allowed a lot of their other artists to just kind of fall in the cracks and say, hey, if Kendrick Lamar is winning, then we just put him on a song or two on each of their albums. They'll get a boost in sales a little bit, and then we'll keep it going. But Absol is such a unique artist and a very talented artist at that I feel like he just needed better directions from the label, from anybody, from whoever was handling his career, because there is no way a act that is this talented is not being recognized on a larger scale. And it's not like a thing of, oh, well, you know, Jay Electronica is a person who dropped like 2 albums in like a decade or something like that, and everybody considers him to be one of the greatest rappers of all time and all that, blah, blah, blah. No, it's not that, because Jay Electronica was popular, and then he decided himself that he wanted to take a step back. Lupe Fiasco is another rapper who had a major push back in the early 2000s. Everybody considered him one of the best rappers, and then he decided to take a step back from being the most poppin' guy or whatever, and then started dropping whenever he felt like it, and ended up going independent and all that. Absol just didn't have that chance because nobody really gave him a chance to show his stuff. So I sit here as a Absol, you know, enjoyer. I'm not gonna say a fan, because I don't rock with everything that he dropped. My dog is fucking up that bone. But I don't like everything that he dropped. But the things that he did, it's pretty good. I appreciate Absol. I hope that he finds success somewhere in his little pocket of hip hop. And yeah, that's pretty much it. I just wanted to vent about this because I feel like Absol just doesn't get the appreciation that he really desperately needs. Also, I got my Invisaligns out. Hopefully my teeth look nice. Okay, bye.